I loved Dragon Ball Z, but we have to be honest. The Majin Vegeta arc was total crap. There was no reason for him to go Majin whatsoever. It was completely shoehorned into the plot. I'm of the personal opinion that the only reason that Toriyama had Vegeta turn back evil is because he had too many characters on his roster that could go Super Saiyan, and so he had to come up with a dramatic reason to whittle the cast down to just a few characters to add drama to the plot. Because if you think about it, when the Majin saga started, you had Goku, Vegeta, Goten, and Trunks. You basically had 4 Super Saiyans at your disposal, which would allow them to pretty much steamroll any and all opposition. So, what Toriyama probably had to do was clear the roster, because the fewer characters that you have, the easier it is to write the story. That's probably the same reason why in the Buu saga you see fusion and absorption popping up all over the place, because it allows you to take a few characters and consolidate them into one character, so that you don't have to keep creating dialogue and conversations and scenes between multiple characters. So that's why I think they made Vegeta turn evil, was simply because having Goku and Vegeta working together the whole time, there would be no way that Buu would be able to be hatched. So they had to shoehorn it in there. But I just think from a motivational standpoint, making Vegeta become Majin was lazy writing. There's just no way around it. There's no way to defend it. Vegeta going Majin the way that he did was completely out of character for him. There was no underlying lack of satisfaction that should have driven him to become evil. He had pretty much everything he could ever want. He had superpowers, a son that is stronger than Frieza, and a physically attractive wife who's a billionaire. Is there any good reason that a man that has all of this would just suddenly want to do this? There's no logic whatsoever. Now, let's talk about the plot and why he became a Majin. There are pretty much 2 prevailing theories as to why Vegeta became Majin. The first theory is that he did so to become stronger, and the second theory is that he became Majin to help clear his mind of his earthly attachments so he could go back to being an evil Saiyan. Now, both of these pretty much suck, and both of these are out of character for Vegeta. Vegeta is a man who doesn't want to take anybody's help. He believes in pulling yourself up by your own bootstraps, and he believes in controlling his own destiny. You sum it up in one word: pride. And he's always calling himself the Prince of all Saiyans. He is driven by pride, and pride alone. Would such a proud character take help from anybody? Now, let's talk about those 2 reasons that we just discussed. The first one is that Vegeta went Majin to get stronger so he could catch up with Goku. Could we really imagine a character that hates taking senzu beans resorting to taking steroids? No, you couldn't, because it doesn't make any freaking sense. Now let's talk about the second theory, that Vegeta went Majin so as to clear up his mind, so he could do evil without feeling bad about it. Could we really picture a character who believes in punching his way through all of his obstacles, taking therapy, going to counseling, using Babidi as a psychiatrist to try to clear up his mind? That is ludicrous. That is totally out of character for Vegeta. That is why I consider the Majin arc to be absolute character assassination. Essentially, Babidi took advantage of the situation because of Toriyama's bad writing. Toriyama could not figure out how to make Vegeta useful in this arc, so basically made him spend the first third of it evil, the middle third of it dead, and the fourth third of it just as an equipment spell card to create Vegito. That's pretty much all he did in this arc. He was totally wasted. Now, I have determined to make a how it should have ended type plot where we're going to explore what should have happened, because you can cover all of those same story beats without Vegeta becoming a Majin. We can accomplish everything in the original Buu saga without Vegeta turning evil, sacrificing his pride, and his character just getting totally destroyed. We can leave him as is. So let's begin. First, we start by Goku coming back for a day, meeting all of his friends and family once more. Vegeta sees him, and as soon as Vegeta sees him, it's on sight and they start brawling. They get their epic battle. Now, whether or not that fight takes place as part of the tournament officially, where in this story they happen to draw each other's number first, or whether they just went into the back of an alley and just started wailing on each other, either way, they immediately start their epic fight. You might get Vegeta saying something like, "My rivalry with you is so strong, Kakarot, that not even death will stop me from proving that I'm the #1 Saiyan." And so they just start boxing with each other. Meanwhile, the Majin saga starts to progress, and because Vegeta and Goku are so occupied with scrapping with each other, they don't notice the Supreme Kai and all of the plot developing around them because they're too busy beating each other down. So Piccolo goes and assassinates Pui Pui, Goten and Trunks would then play a bigger role, they would kill Yakan, and then Deborah would fight Gohan, and it would be a relatively even battle, but because Gohan's kind of rusty in this story, Deborah has a slight advantage. So then Piccolo, Goten, and Trunks would tag team and jump in. That would tilt the scales slightly in Gohan's favor, which would then cause Deborah to spit on them and turning them into stone. That's when Gohan would basically crash out and summon enough power to kill Deborah. And after that, he's completely exhausted, and Majin Buu hatches anyway. And because Gohan and all the gang is tired, Buu just one-shots them and knocks them out. Vegeta senses what is going on, and because he knows that Goku is dead already, and if Goku dies as a dead person, he'd stop existing, Vegeta does the sense of being trick, knocks him out, and then Vegeta makes the heroic sacrifice, sacrificing himself willingly and never turning evil in the process. Doesn't that sound like a much better plot than what Toriyama wrote? Let me know what you think in the comments below. And with this plot, it would actually make a little more sense when Vegeta gets mad at Goku for hiding Super Saiyan 3, because in this case, Vegeta sacrificed himself as a good guy, and even still, he got fooled by Goku. So let me know what you think of this alternate story in the comments below.